Regular viewers of the TikTok page may recognise where I am. I need to go over to Brean again sometime soon because I enjoyed that. There's plenty of lit to be picked up, but of course we're uphill. It's so hot that the air is wavy today. It's brilliant. Well, it's awful, I hate the hot, but it's a lovely day, so I can't complain. Unfortunately, this is still locked. It was locked up at the latter end of last year due to vandalism. All these information signs were ripped out from around the top and chucked down, so it's unfortunately still locked up because it gives a lovely view. But plan for today is not to actually stay out and enjoy the weather very long at all. I'll cycle on down the hill here and go towards the River Axe, where there's a bunch of litter that's been washed up over the years. We're gonna go and pick some of that up and bring it back to the bin just down the hill over that way. We're going all the way over there. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, love that. I did mean to come down, so I did mean to come down that way, but that way is more fun. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna go now down onto the river. I'll cut back onto there because I've only got half a pod battery plus the 100% camera itself. So I guess if you want to read up some information, there you go. Feel free to pause. Hopefully it's all in shot, but yeah, let's get on down there. Assuming there's nobody around here at the bird hide. Have a quick look. Well, I can hear some birds over there. I can't see any, but there's also very little litter, which is good. Ah, there is. There are a couple of cans just down there. See if I can reach them. One. Two. Jolly good. Yeah, there's definitely some ducks just over in the reeds. For now though, I'm going to leave these just in the corner down here. I'm going to come back for them later. Firstly, onto the River Axe. Bring back a load of litter this way. So it's this field just here we're going to be litter picking in, right over by the riverbank there. Not going to be a crazy long video. I'm going to feature some of the litter picking, but it's mostly going to go there. I'll probably do a time lapse for the majority of it, but I get 4 bags worth of litter, which is not really going to make a scratch in it. I don't think. There's quite a bit here, but we'll take away some anyway and come on, work on this a little bit more during the summer, spring and summer months. Tide is quite far out at the moment. Still quite a bit of water though in the river here. Actually, it's really full here. I think they may have closed the sluice. That presents a slight issue. Should be fine. We'll just have to climb over the gate, which is a little bit spiky. Usually there's enough mud to walk along the bank there. But that's fine. We will change up our plans a little bit here. Just a little bit of climb over. Ugh, bird poo, nice. Anyway, here we go, field for the day. Actually, there is still a fair bit to pick up, which is good. Some of it may be underwater. It was fairly low down. A good view on the bike. I think there's quite a bit on this layer here though. So that's good, it's just a little bit further along this way. Got a cider, I'm gonna basically stay here till the bags are full and I finish my cider. And then we got on back. The bin is, there's probably a bin over here somewhere, but obviously it belongs to the caravan park. Yeah, here we go, just down over here. Yeah, it is somewhat waterlogged. The stuff I planned on picking up, but we'll get as much as we can. May get some wet boots, but that'll be fine. Cider of the day is a Thatcher's Juicy Apple. Opening it with a strong bow. Can opener, bottle opener. Let's not lose the lid. So we'll leave that there. We will grab our gloves, green ones for the day. We've got 2 Asda bags and we've got, there's tons of plastic, look at that. I'm going to probably take at least 1 bag of plastic home with me because it's recycling day tomorrow. 3 Asda bags and whatever that one is. Doesn't really matter, I suppose, but I'll probably get my bag down here actually. Start a little time lapse. I recorded a little bit on the camera here, but I've just recorded 2 days ago 3 half-an-hour videos. So I don't want to go too long on this one. Decided I would quickly run and get the bike, just to play it safe, but that being done, I think the only thing left to do is to say, well, drink responsibly, first of all, and also, I'd like to ask everybody watching to please pick up just 1 piece of litter. It doesn't have to be this much. It could just be 1 can, 1 bottle, even a little plastic wrapper. If everyone did 1 piece whenever they went out, the world would be much cleaner and safer in no time at all for the wonderful wildlife of the world, our lovely pets, and of course, for us city humans as well. Yeah, that being said, let's get the gloves on and hurry up because it's bloody hot. You set up a quick time lapse as well. It's not going to be anything special, but it'll just give us a slightly different angle and it'll record the majority of the clip. It might not be perfect, I'm not going to bother checking it, just as long as it stands up and faces that general direction. There we go. So I'm going to go through with a couple of these Asda bags and just get them full of plastic and cans, because it is, as I might have said, recycling day tomorrow, and I can recycle a load of this back at home. I've got a feeling we're going to be full up pretty fast. Bit of glass. Depending on what I can carry, I'll try and take as much home as possible, but some of it will probably have to be left back at the bins, or the bin, at the start of the trail. But yeah, the video is mostly going to be trying to condense all of this stuff as best I can, so it won't be the most interesting. I'll go for another minute or so and then pack it in, and hopefully the time lapse, well maybe I'll keep recording and just speed this up as well and choose whichever one is the better angle. It's going to take a while though. I'm trying to empty all the water out here as well. It is tempting to jump in the river, but we are basically at the mouth of it. The sea is only just over that way, so as well as the litter around, I don't know if there's anything in there. I think there might be, so I'll put that in a rubbish bag, not a recycling one. What was I saying? So yeah, as well as it being full of rubbish, there's also probably a lot of pollutants in it, farm runoff and sewage and all sorts. English rivers are a right state. It's absolutely appalling, the water companies. They let so much sewage. That's a whole other issue. It's not really related to whatever I do. I just pick up litter, but yeah, they let so much sewage overflow into the rivers, and it's just, I don't know. But I think I'll probably stop rambling now, and I'll just kind of, that's black plastic, that won't be recycled, I don't think. We'll put that in the general waste as well. We might find some interesting stuff somewhere along here, but I don't know. I got a feeling that time lapse as well is not going to be fantastic. I'll keep it rolling. I'll rant for some of it, I'll speed some of it up. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, I mean, I'll just get the intact pieces for now at least. I'm going to come back here a couple of times, provided the bull isn't placed in this field anytime soon. I'll come back and pick up bits whenever I come out this way. I'm going to go to Brean, as I said at the beginning of the video, sometime fairly soon. So I'll come and grab a little bit, even if it's just one piece, as I say, you know. I need to bring a bottle over with me, or bring a bag over with me for glass. I guess I'll just use that one. I'll go back for a plastic one shortly. There's actually a lot more glass than I thought there'd be, so it's going to get pretty heavy, but I'll have to manage. Maybe I'll fill the one bag of glass and then I'll leave the rest of it for now. Plastic, 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 all full of water, of course. Let me just grab all the bags over. I mean, I don't know, it might get a bit in, but I don't think it'll be great. Oh, look at it all. It's like, I don't even know where to start. I mean, I've started already, but do you know what I mean? It's just everywhere. It will look a lot better, hopefully, after a few sessions here. This first one is not going to really make a hell of a difference. Which one was glass? This one? Of course, I've left my cider over there baking in the sun. It's going to be stupidly warm. Maybe I should have just opened it. I'm going to get these tops off at home, assuming I take all this glass home with me. So it's going to take forever. Taking it all off now. Luckily the ride back isn't extremely hilly. There is one, not the steepest of hills, but it'll be a slight challenge. I'll have to walk it up, but other than that it's fairly flat. That glass one's already getting really full, really heavy. See the little spider there? Of course, I'm not asking everybody to go out into the countryside and get your feet wet to pick up litter, but if you could just pick up a piece or two the next time you're out and about, could be as simple as that. It can really help the wildlife of the world, keep spaces like this clean and safe as well for, of course, our lovely pets and us silly humans. That's pretty much full. One more to go. Gonna have to maybe put glass in half of it because this one, it's not terrible actually. Just worried about the bag splitting open on the way back. It is a fairly good condition bag though, so see what it feels like with all these in. Nah, we're definitely gonna need another bag, at least half filled with glass. Yeah, I'll have to do for that one there. I'll put some extra plastic in there as well, but we'll half fill this one over here. And that's basically the video done already, other than getting it back to the house. But I mean, it barely looks like I've done anything. Next time I come, will have to be an early morning, I think. And I'll come with a bunch of bags, no bike. I'm planning on going over to a shop when I'm finished with this and getting myself a pistachio shells and a solid chunk of wood in there. Doesn't want to come out. I'll cut that out when I'm at home. What was I saying? Yeah, plan on going to the shop and potentially picking up a little pull-along cart for myself. I forget what you call them, but those you know, they're fairly decent sized carts, big old wheels on them, because that could definitely help. One to put along the bike would be nice. I have got a dog trailer that I don't actually use for the dogs that I could use, but it's not really ideal for litter. So yeah, potentially next time I'm out here I'll have a trolley with me and I can pull back a lot more than I've got here, but this is basically full. Walk back over this way, pick up a couple more things, but got some bottles there to fill it up with anyway. Yeah, I might have to jiggle some stuff around here. Put those in there. And that will do. Not an amazing haul. I mean, it's a good bit of litter, but you can see it's barely put a dent in this. So we'll definitely be back here at some point very soon. That phone is super hot. Right, time lapse has stopped. I suppose all that's left to do is finish this. Doesn't feel too warm yet, luckily. I mean, I could go over there, see if there's a site manager or something, and see if they wouldn't mind me dumping it, but I'd rather take as much home as possible. It's not terribly heavy, so I might be able to get all of it home, we'll see. Got to get out the field, yeah, got to get it out the field first, which is probably the hardest bit. I do need to find somewhere to go to the toilet as well, out of view of the caravans, so let's take a wander over yonder. We can have a look at the bank down here as well. Hello, bee. Maybe a wasp. You're flying quite fast, actually. Either way, lovely to see you out. Yeah, hopefully next time we come the water will be slightly lower. They've got the gates shut over there at the minute. Look at it all, it's atrocious though. Obviously it all just washes up here. This is the end of the river, so there's nowhere else for it to go. It's a good thing, I suppose, it doesn't go out to sea, but well, I'm sure some stuff makes it past the gates. Yeah, this will be a project for sure. How many of those balls do you reckon came from over there? And how many do you reckon washed up from further upstream? I'm just going to ramble on a little bit here while we take a walk, because we've got half of that to finish and there's some lovely stuff to see. But I bought a boat a couple of years ago, just a cheap inflatable boat dinghy, you know, one of those orange ones, with the intention of paddling up the river. And in my mind, that was a perfect plan. Hello, talking of paddling on the river, there we go, there's a paddle if anyone needs one. Obviously, paddling upriver in a little dinghy is, well, for me especially, is a very, very hard challenge. So I've never done that. It's been sat in my cupboard for a couple of years. Ah, but look at that though. It is beautiful. It's not really outside of the caravans, so I'm gonna have to get up the other side of this bush, take this one with us, because he's all by himself. I do love sunny days. I don't love the heat so much, but the vibe is just the best. This is only the third time I've ever actually been in this field. The earlier two were with my dogs. Walked along the river, banking into it. Came a gunner and he got, there's a big puddle over there, which looked almost like a small pond. But let him off to run around. Of course, he goes straight into it, and I figured, oh, I might as well get in as well. It was actually quite nice. It was only last month, I think. But we went up there, me and my sister and Astrid, a little ways. It doesn't really go to anything. There's a house, or there's a building a bit further up there. We didn't quite go to it. I don't think it's private. It doesn't say no trespassing, but equally, there's not really anything to go up there for. You can't really get to any interesting country or anything. It might be a farm or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's that. We're still not really out of view, are we? I might have to climb over that fence in a minute once the video has ended. I do need some battery actually. I don't know, it'll charge in the case, but I think I will end it here anyway. Go to the toilet and then we'll worry about getting those bags and my bike back over the fence, which is, as I said, basically the hardest part. Then it's just a straightforward cycle. It's pretty flat for most of it until we get back towards uphill. So yeah, I'll see you just 1 second. We're going to stand that right there. And we're going to climb. I don't have to climb actually, we can just, or can we? Yeah, we've got a little bit of force, we can open this and make sure it shuts behind us. Jolly good. Right, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'll see you guys in a few seconds. Well, I've got an empty bladder and an empty bottle, so it's time to get back over there with these bags of rubbish. Just recorded a really cringy April Fool's video. I've got to try and record a few more, but if you do see that, obviously I don't mean it. And if you've seen this one or clips from this one, then obviously you know I picked up this stuff. So even if I did chuck a bottle away, it wouldn't be incredibly awful, but of course I don't chuck stuff away, I pick stuff up. So let's try and condense all this. Hopefully I can grab it all with one hand. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, but if I can, that'd be great. And I can still cycle. Yeah, it's not heavy at all. But can we get the fourth one as well? If I can. Yeah, just about. Yeah, that one there is the heaviest one. But I think we can probably make do with that, and I can hopefully get it all home to recycle. Of course I can't put my bag on now, can I? But that's fine, we'll get to the fence in a minute. Yeah, it's going to be a bit awkward, but I think I can cycle it all home. Got about 3-4 miles to go once we're back to the start of the trail, so not terribly long. That fourth bag though is actually weighing me down quite a bit. Let me switch hands and just try and push the bike with my arms. Yeah, that's heavy as by far. Maybe I should have distributed the glass better, but either way it's going to be a little bit heavy carrying it home. And we've still got to get those 2 by the bird hide as well. Can't forget about those, because that's a pretty clean area. I want to keep it clean. Parted with the 2 reusable bags on the last big clean-up I did by the pond, so I don't really want to get rid of any of these 4, so it would be good if I could take them all back home with me. For now though, let's just worry about getting them over the fence. Sorry bike. That poor bike gets absolutely abused. Don't fall over, jolly good. Jolly good. Right, let's get the bag on. It is done up, isn't it? No, it's not. Going out to Pill sometime in the spring or summer on a day like this, get an early bus to Bristol and then to Pill. Walk along the River Avon like I used to do on my break time when I was on the bins. But we'll worry about that whenever we actually go. Let's get this over the fence. And then I'm gonna have to do 2 trips probably. No, it'll be a little bit awkward trying to get the bike over through the long grass with all that, but I'd rather it be slightly awkward and do 1 trip than do 2 slightly less awkward trips. I am so sorry. You're a great bike and I treat you like crap. Yeah, but I'll carry it with me stronger hand, I think. It is this one. This one's just a pain. I'm hoping it doesn't split actually, but that definitely feels a lot better if I don't trip over the bramble. We'll get to the path and I'll end the clip if the camera doesn't die beforehand, and then I'll see you potentially at the start of the trail, potentially back at home. I'm gonna have to carry the bike as well because it's stuck on all the bramble. I'm hoping the bramble doesn't rip the bags. Probably should have done 2 trips, but we're managing. Yeah, you know what, now I am so sorry, bike. I really am. I'm gonna do 2 trips. Make life easier for myself. Oh, it's got no handles. That green thing could have been potentially useful. Right, I'm going to grab the bike and then get on down that way, back towards uphill, and I'll see you once we're there. Okay, cycling with it isn't awful. This hand is significantly heavier and I have limited braking power, but for the countryside at least, it'll be fine. Well, I made it up the hill, which was the worst part by far, and it's not, I mean, this hand is kind of, the thumb is going slightly numb from holding it, but it's not too bad, so I'm going to take him all the way home with me. We're about to pass the bin, so I could change my mind, but yeah, it's not been too bad. Ah, what a lovely day though. The Avon Wildlife Trust actually was up on the hill there at the top. Don't know what they were doing, I couldn't see them in the truck, but it's quite cool. Saw a coal tit as well on the way down, or on the way up, I should say. Maybe they're doing a course or something. There have been a lot of people passing by, so I assume that's what they're doing. I'd love to be a conservationist, but I don't have the correct skills, so I just do my bit to help out by picking up litter. So we could dump the stuff off here, but I think I will carry on home. It's not been too bad. So it'll be fine. Right, last time I did a gate, the left one fell off. Can I? Not quite. Do it in 2 trips. Sorry. Right, don't fall.
These guys have been cleaning up. Need more people like that.
There we go. Could do it with one of those. Oh yeah. Anyways, off back home. home time cannot come soon enough. This hand is actually killing, but it's worth it. We're getting it slightly cleaner.